So India is going to have a great geographical location. It's between China, Mesopotamia, Europe, and Africa. And that allows for the fact that they are going to be the middleman in all of the trading that goes on. Basically, it's intercontinental. And they are going to get tons of wealth. So, for instance, at first they had the Aryans who had settled in India were nomads, but however they started developing huge agricultural surpluses and have huge population growth, and they have as a whole turn away from herding, which leads them to agriculture. Now, as this trade starts to go on, businesses are going to get organized on a large scale around the different goods that you can see on the slide in Northwest India. Marketplaces are going to develop, and it's going to become an international cosmopolitan area where different cities are going to develop basically to facilitate trade throughout the region. And India is getting super rich. Now, let's go back to the Persians for a second. The Persians, especially Cyrus, had coveted India's wealth, and he builds roads into India to make sure that they can take advantage of what India had. Alexander the Great's conquest make it even easier because now, even though it's a short period of time, even after the new empires are created after Alexander the Great, those empires allow for more and more and more trade. Trade either goes through the Hindu-Kush mountains, which are the modern-day border of India and Pakistan up here in the northwest part of India, or they're going to go on the ocean. And the Indian Ocean trade is basically only possible because of the monsoon winds. The monsoon winds, and you see them down there on the map in white, they make it possible when people start to understand the winds to be able to travel by boat. Those monsoon winds are absolutely paramount to how trade is going to go on in the Indian Ocean. And the Indian Ocean is home to the trade that is going to really continue to allow India to grow economically and continue to be a home of wealth for years and centuries to come. Some of the things that India had that not everybody else did. They are trading cotton, black pepper, pearls. They then also getting everything from China to send what China has out, which is especially with silk. And remember, the Chinese had the silk monopoly going on. And they're also getting gold bullions, and they are trading all over the place. Now, all this trade starts around the 5th century BCE, but is really going to expand, especially when they are allowed to figure out those monsoon winds. Now, one of the more important ones and one of the more important goods that link everything together besides the silk is pepper. The black pepper, the Romans were obsessed with black pepper to the point where they developed direct trading routes with India just for black pepper. I cannot emphasize enough how much this Indian Ocean trade allows India to grow economically and how much it links everybody together. And we'll expand on that in chapter 12 a little bit. Then we move to family life. Very strong patriarchal families. They're promoting growth in family order with that caste system. Most people are only living with their nuclear family. That is opposed to China, where China was living in multi-generational families. The higher caste did see some of those families living together, but as a whole, it is very much a strong patriarchal system. Those two books that you see there are written that show women as emotionally weak. And they are books that, basically, especially the Ramayana, was written to make sure that women, you follow the men no matter what. During this time period when the Guptas are ruling, child marriage starts to become common for girls around 8 and 20, and they'd get married to guys, 8 and 9, and guys would be in their 20s. You also the caste system just becomes more firmly a part of daily life in India. Now, guilds. Guilds are basically our corporate body that supervise prices, wages in any given industry. So let's say they are creating, they're part of the silk trade in a city. There will be a guild that will help control that price in the industry, and they will also then take care of anybody who's a member of that guild. They're going to live by each other. And this helps maintain social order because then the guild will help provide for the family when they are down. They're going to discipline people. They're going to resolve differences. They're going to regulate the community as a whole. So in other words, the jati, those subcastes, again, which are, they are basically formed guilds during this time period. The caste system just continues to grow and expand during this time period because literally every job basically had a function with it and their jati goes with it. And so that subcastes continue to grow and grow and grow. Now, all the wealth that's coming in from the trade and the merchants are part of the Vishnu caste. the Vishnu class will start to rise up big time here, and this is really where those guilds are found. And so you see the caste system grows and grows and grows, and you start to see a bigger and bigger difference between the Brahmin, the Kshudra, and the Vishnus compared to the Shudra class.